What's going on, my people? And I know this is a different, scenario, a different setting. I'm normally in the studio, but I'm actually cooking right now. And, I wanted to just holler at you. Just wanted to holler at you. I'm actually just making some chicken and some smothered potatoes. Probably like a salad or something like that. Garlic bread, something simple. Now, I was just thinking about the whole concept of cooking. Like, when you cook, you need all the right ingredients, or your food ain't gonna taste right. So, like I'm using seasoning salt. I've used seasoning salt. I've used onion powder, and I've used zesty lemon. Now, I know you're thinking, what does that have to do with a beat? What does that have? I mean, I'm a music producer. What do you cooking got to do anything with a beat? Well, think about it. When Dr. Dre, I know some producers that was personally that has worked under Dr. Dre. Now, Dr. Dre, this is major producer. Yes, Dr. Dre. He calls in other producers, other musicians to come in and collaborate with him to be able to take his sound to another level, to be able to do to his sound what he can't do by himself. Now, follow me. Dr. Dre, if he was cooking, he would have his seasoning salt, his zesty lemon, his onion powder, or if he was cooking music, he would have that guitar player or that piano player and that drummer and that other producer all in one room with him creating music. Now, if Dr. Dre can do it, if Dr. Dre can be successful and collaborate and do it, why do you feel like you can't? Because that's basically all you're doing with Luxury Loops is you're collaborating with a producer, another a professional producer and a professional musician. So you're putting your seasoning salt in it. I'm putting my lemon pepper. We throwing onion powder. We making onion powder together. And together we making this dish. We cooking this dish that's unstoppable. Unstoppable. I mean, time can't stop it. So, I'm just saying, you know, a collaboration is bigger than just taking some loops and, using them and applying them to your music. You're actually collaborating, which is what the big name producers do it. Hell, not just Dr. Dre. You have all of these producers out there we look up to. All of these producers collaborate with other musicians. All of them. Every single producer. So, if you want to create hits and you want to be the competition of these major producers, or you want to live off your music, you need to be able to have the same tools and the same advantages as the major producers. And that's what you have at Luxury Loops. You now have a chance to collaborate with the professional musician. You now can cook with all of the right ingredients. Because with your equipment, your skill, my equipment, and my skill, I know we can create gumbo. I know we can create a masterpiece. So, sorry about my whole cooking and all that analogy, but I was cooking and, I just wanted to holler at you. So, that's it for today. Stay inspired. Don't look at collaborating or using loops as a bad thing. It actually takes your creativity to another level. It does something. You've never been in the studio with me. And since you've never been in the studio with me, you don't know how I create. So since you don't know how I create, at least since you can't get in the studio with me, what's the next best thing? You might as well get the next best thing, which is to be able to get the loops of me playing and to be able to collaborate with you, which is also a great producer musician. So, if you are a producer and you don't know how to play any instruments, you need Luxury Loops. If you are a producer and you know how to play instruments and you still don't think you need Luxury Loops, Dr. Dre, to create hits, Dr. Dre, Darkchild, Polo the Don, all of these dudes are using other musicians to be able to enhance their sound. They're not using them to take away from their sound. They're using them to enhance. So now you have the advantages like the big name producers. Because, that's the only way that you're going to be able to get to the top is to be able to have what the big producers have. So now you have that. Download your free loops right now at luxuryloops.com. See you on the inside. Peace.